Tonight on Blitzed, we talk with female football experts about the state of the NFL. Plus, we'll discuss unexpected quarterback mentorship in Baltimore, and of course, our favorite romantic comedies. Time to crack a beer. Let's get blitzed. Welcome to Blitzed, where we talk NFL and rate popular drinks at the same time. Tonight is a special episode of Blitzed, where we'll be talking with some of the most knowledgeable football minds in America. They also happen to all be women.
What?
Yeah, not us.
Right? Yeah. Now, this may be totally unrelated, but for the first time in a while, Coach doesn't smell like beef and cheese, and the Rook is actually wearing a tie. Looks like we're on our best behavior tonight.
It's a twist tie.
Here's our starting lineup.
I like beef and cheese.
Introducing tonight's starting lineups. The coach,
Seriously, I did not know about this. This is so awesome.
the rookie,
Get out there and smash.
and stats.
I don't think I have that information in front of me. In honor of having women NFL experts on tonight, we're drinking what sophisticated female football fans drink on game day. Tito's vodka and soda and Captain Morgan's and Diet
Cool.
Coke. Rook, how's the Tito's?
Oh, it's smooth. I gave Tito's a high rating back when we were just an alcohol rating show a year ago. Just a reason to get drunk.
The good old days.
Yeah, the good old
Yeah.
days. I miss those days. Are we going back?
And Coach, recommend the Captain Morgan's?
I may have said some words that weren't flattering before I tried this, so I'm eating those words.
Well,
This
you've
is decent.
had 6 of them, so
Well,
you're
yeah, so
liking it now.
They're getting better and better
Yeah.
and better. Yeah.
Good. Okay, we've got lots to talk about tonight, so let's get at it.
Take one.
In light of having a female-oriented show tonight, what rom-com role do you think your
God.
starting quarterback would be
Oh, my
best
God.
suited for?
Roll or movie?
Can I protest
Well, I
this?
mean, it's a role in a movie.
Oh,
Can I protest this?
Yeah, noted. Noted.
Oh, that's it. That's all I get. It's
Yeah,
just
you-
noted.
You still have to
your protest
participate.
is noted.
That's the way
Yeah.
it goes.
Oh, so
Continue.
Okay. Can I go first? Okay,
If you wanna.
So my quarterback as the kind of the lead in a rom-com.
Seahawks, Russell Wilson.
Seahawks. Yeah, Russ.
Right. I'm a Seahawks fan.
Yeah. Well, I was. No,
Wouldn't blame you for bailing.
I'm a Browns fan now. Should
I go?
No.
Yeah,
Bill
okay.
Murray. Bill Murray.
Groundhog
Bill Murray.
Day.
Yes. Groundhog Day.
Nice.
I'm sorry? What was that again?
I'm a god.
You're God.
I'm a god. I'm not the god. I don't think.
Nice.
So why am I going Groundhog Day? Because I love Bill Murray. Yeah. So he's reliving the same crap every day, every down. So Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson relives the same play, which is just a disaster every down. So
hand it to Marshawn.
I'm going a different route with this.
Oh, okay.
Oddly enough, he has to improvise every day. Bill Murray does, and so does Russell Wilson.
Something's going on. I don't know what to do.
Are you drunk or something?
Drunk's more fun.
Rookie.
I got a couple lined up here, and I'm not
really?
sure which direction to go with it.
Okay, we're talking Packers. We're talking Aaron Rodgers.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to go, and this is off the board a little bit here.
No.
Not exactly.
No.
Not exactly a rom-com, but it kind of is.
No,
you know?
it's-
Two people fall in love. It's a comedy.
Oh.
I'm going with Zoolander.
Good.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
God.
And
I
here's
love it.
why.
I love it.
It's
Great
because
show.
how
Great
does
show.
Zoolander start? Where's the starting point of Zoolander?
Oh my gosh.
It's Derek Zoolander not winning the Male Model of the Year award.
Tragedy.
And going through this
Tragedy.
tragic kind of period of time where, people are shitting on him and they're down on him and he's he's upset.
Just because we have chiseled abs and stunning features, it doesn't mean that we too can't not die in a freak gasoline fight accident.
I'm tearing up.
And then he gets offered the Derelict campaign
Never hired by Mugatu.
Never
ever.
hired by Mugatu ever. And he finally gets this chance with the Derelict campaign, and it's this resurgence, and it's kind of like a revenge tour for Derek Zoolander. And it culminates in this climactic moment where he saves the president of Malaysia, prime minister of Malaysia, by giving doing the blue steel look and turning left.
Blue Steel? Ferrari? La Tigra? They're the same face! Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
I thought we were talking about Aaron Rodgers.
We are.
Oh!
We are.
Okay.
And that's what he's about to embark on, is that revenge tour. He's going to come back.
Right.
And the guy is going to be angry, and he's going to be proving people. He's going to be like, hey, remember me? Yeah, I'm this guy. And he's going to steamroll the league. It's going to be ugly and beautiful, and it's going to be great. It's going to be like Derelict. It's going to be,
Love it.
ugly yet like ethereal. It's going to be beautiful. Beautiful.
You have me at Derelict.
Fellas?
Do you have a take?
Of course I do. My movie is Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
No. Who's your
what's
quarterback?
hilarious? That was my second choice.
Exactly.
But who's his
But
quarterback?
not for the same reason.
What are you talking about? It's Case Keenum.
Okay. Oh, right. I didn't realize they'd settle on a quarterback in Denver.
Oh, really?
Did he win the job?
You hand someone
John
$18
Elway.
million?
I'm
and
just
that's not good
curious.
enough?
I'm just curious.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
Sorry,
say Forgetting
sorry.
Sarah Marshall.
Sorry. Go
Yeah,
on.
Thank
Nice.
you. You know what? I'm just going to kill Coach's mic.
Yeah, can you?
2 seconds
Can you
here.
kill it?
Okay. If I could just have a moment. Okay, guys, you all know the story. A guy, played by Peter Siegel, the guy from the Muppet movie. He gets dumped by his gorgeous...
No.
He gets dumped by his gorgeous longtime girlfriend and does his best to try to forget her by traveling to a new place and dating someone new.
Peter, as you know, I love you.
Are you breaking up with me?
This is clearly Case Keenum. He got dumped by the Vikings, one of the hottest teams in the league right now.
Yeah.
So Case has traveled far and away to an exotic new place called Denver
Exotic. Yes. Good call.
to pursue a new relationship with a new team. And because he only got a 2-year deal, it looks like Elway still isn't ready to propose. But I have a feeling Case will win him over, and I think we'll see Keenum and Denver live happily ever after.
Elway's the love interest?
Can I make a an observation?
Please.
Your comparison with Peter was way better off with Mila Kunis
Yeah,
than with
which is Denver.
with Kirsten Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Thank
way
you.
better off. He
Of
really
course he was.
blossomed as
Just-
a person, and I liked the character more. I think that's
And he came out with that
bodes well for you.
He came out with that Dracula puppet show.
Oh, yeah.
It's just incredible.
I could play something else. I just think out of context this might be...
Dracula musical!
Thank you.
Die!
Yes!
Die! I can't.
Mailman. Mailman.
Tonight, we're speaking with women NFL experts, and we're happy to have one on the phone right now. Here, this is Wanda Weedman. She's the Bears reporter for Our Turf Football, for Our Turf it's ourturffb.com.
So close.
Stats guy.
So
Nails it
you
again.
expect the accuracy from this guy,
Yeah, you
right?
do. Yeah.
You really don't.
That's
You really
no,
don't,
no. I've
actually,
come
no.
to expect nothing, actually.
Hey, politeness. Hi, Wanda.
Hi, guys.
You'd think that would be a botched intro, but not for us.
We should rehearse this shit.
I'm still at FB, so
Yeah,
That's true. Fair enough.
that's fair. Yeah.
You know what? I think I nailed it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I gotta be
totally
honest.
nailed it.
Yeah, maybe let's take it from the top just one more time. Change it out a bit. Try something
We
new.
can't do better than that.
No.
Love it.
We just can't.
All right, let's just dive in here.
Okay.
Never mind these yahoos. Okay?
Okay.
So Wanda, everything we're hearing is that the Bears are looking great under the new head coach. How will Matt Nagy's offensive scheme specifically benefit Mitch Trubisky?
I think he's got a really good fired offense. I think that he's going to benefit this young quarterback by giving him all sorts of tools, all sorts of looks, all sorts of schemes, and he's going to get excited. I think the whole team is excited with what's coming up, and that's what they needed. They needed something that was just going to be a spitfire type of offense.
So, Wanda, how do you feel about your team's culture currently, and what changes would you like to see this season?
I think the culture right now is, since they have the theme, be obsessed, I think they are obsessed. I think they are actually so excited to play, they can't wait to get on the field. And I think that's the same with the fans. They're excited, and it's been a long time coming. So I think they actually need to be relevant. And I think they're tired of being the bottom feeders of the NFC North, and they want to get right back up there. So to be compared with the Browns, which they have been the past couple of years.
Wow.
I think they're like, okay, enough's enough, and they want to.
That was
They
rock
want to make a
bottom.
name for themselves.
Being compared to the Browns, that was it. That was the final straw.
No one wants that. No one wants that.
That was it, dang it.
Yeah, we better do something now.
Yeah, this has gone too far.
Yeah. Good news, Cutler's trying out for the Browns.
Yeah,
So, it's all good.
Yeah. All signs are pointing towards him being the guy, too.
So this question comes from one of our listeners, Margie Friedel. How do you get guys around you to take you seriously when you're talking sports?
Oh, gosh. It all depends. I mean, usually I don't have a hard time with it. They're actually a lot more supportive and surprised that I do know a lot about football, and they just engage in conversation, and when I do it back, they just keep going. They don't question it. They don't say, wow, you know routes. I mean, they just go in it and...
That's awesome.
A little plug there.
Yeah, I love that.
But they just accept it, and I've had some phenomenal conversations with guys at the Bears Den that's close to my house here, and just even in different areas where I've met people, and we start talking about sports, and they're like, they just can't believe it.
So, Wanda, the NFL is trying to grow its audience, and women are the fastest growing demographic out there. But what can the NFL do to improve drawing in its female audience?
Wow, that's a really good question. I think they need to get more females that have the knowledge of football, like they have going on right now in they've got a couple of them in NFL Network, but a little bit more out there in writing and sports writing, and make those accepted as actual writers. The fact that we have to do it on blogs all the time,
right?
We're not taken seriously, and I think they really need to open that avenue. I think they need to open it more in jobs in the NFL, which I know they're starting to do, but just around in that area, and just accept us that we know it and love the game just as much as guys do.
Now, I'm gonna get real serious here. If you had a choice between saving Tom Brady from a house fire or being punched in the face by a bear, which one would you choose?
That's it.
A serious question, and here's my serious answer.
Okay.
I like to present myself as being a tough chick, so freaking let the bear punch me in the face.
Yes!
Well said.
That's exactly what we're looking for.
Yes! Woo! You know what, Wanda? You're Team Blitzed material.
I love that.
Well, Wanda, that's about all the time we have for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us on Blitz. It's been great having you.
Oh, thank you, guys. You guys are the best.
That's Wanda Weidman, Chicago Bears reporter for OurTurfFB.com.
Take two.
Reports say that Robert Griffin III is taking Lamar Jackson under his wing in Baltimore. What would you do if you were Lamar Jackson?
Run away! Run far, far away.
I know what I'd do if I was Flacco. I'd be like,
yes.
Great!
Yeah.
Great!
RG3, yeah, just stick with this guy here. He'll teach you everything you need
got
to know.
you. He's got your back.
Yeah, he's got your back.
Flacco wrote up the rooming, like the rooms, the roommates. He's like, hey, check this out. Fuck.
Wow, are you kidding me?
Isn't that amazing?
What would you do if you were Lamar
kidding
Jackson?
me?
Yeah.
I'd kind of take it, like when you're listening to someone who, thinks they know everything, you got to take it with a smile and nod and okay. Yeah.
Just carry a
I'd
massive
take acting classes if I was Lamar Jackson.
Carry a lot of,
I'd be like,
carry a lot of salt with you.
really? Oh, amazing.
Oh, man.
You're so smart.
But you don't even respect him. You know, like if it was a true mentor, like someone like, that was played a long time, you'd have to respect him and say, okay, no, I appreciate what you say. But I mean, this guy you don't even respect.
It's so sad too, because he's like such a good good Baylor kid. He's just I really actually like the kid in like interviews and things
I saw
like
those
that.
too. Yeah,
but
that's good.
Like, what the hell happened? Why is he so? He's like, it's not a cancer. It's not the same as a cancer. He's just unhealthy.
So no, I actually have. Wait a second, I have a really important take here. He
really?
can tell him. Yeah, I know, it's weird. I know, I'm trying to going off script here. He can tell him what not to do.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, that's
and
a
that's
good point.
important.
Hey,
right?
Good take.
It's important.
Good take.
Right? It's as important to know what to do as to what not to do.
Yeah.
So he can tell Jackson what not to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Except, I think he's so delirious that he's telling him, he's giving him bad advice.
The wrong not to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Slide head first.
Yeah. He's like, you know what?
Work. Not gonna
Wear
work.
more Kevlar.
Our next woman NFL expert tonight is Cleveland Kate, Browns reporter for Our Turf Football. Guys, say hello to Cleveland Kate.
Hello.
Hello, Cleveland Kate.
Hello, gentlemen.
Oh, hello.
Well, hello.
Wow. Cleveland Kate, as we all know, the Browns took Baker Mayfield with the number 1 pick in the draft, which we think was kind of an obvious pick. They surprised everyone with Denzel Ward at 4 instead of Bradley Chubb. Why did they make that call?
Well, we still got a Chubb later on, and I think we got a better Chubb. I think part of it is a little bit of homerism. Denzel Ward is an Ohio State Buckeye. The Buckeyes are the team itself represents the entire state of Ohio. So when you have a football team like the Browns, you watch a lot of Buckeyes football, and those Saturday wins get you through the Sunday losses. So I think they saw a lot more tape on Denzel. They saw a lot more of what they needed to see. And I really think we needed to shore up that secondary. I think they were regretting letting Joe Hayden go last year, and they needed somebody to complement Myles Garrett and the other stuff that we have going on in the backfield, and Ward just fits in perfectly. He's already practicing with just a little bit of time they've had in mini camps. He's already with the ones.
Tell us, Kate, how did you get into football in the first place?
Well, it's a shameful part of my family history, but I will share it with you because you're being so nice to me.
Wow.
My parents were actually born and raised in Pittsburgh. And my father worked for United Airlines, and we moved around a lot. And I was born in San Francisco, in Santa Clara. We lived in Salt Lake City for a little while in L.A., and we moved to Cleveland. And on my 9th birthday, my dad gave me a Cleveland Browns football. And I said, but Dad, we're Steelers fans. And he goes, no, I'm a Steelers fan because I was born and raised in Pittsburgh. And I said, well, Mom's a Dolphins fan. And he said, well, that's because your mom's cousin Doug played for the Miami Dolphins in the 70s.
That's solid.
And I said, then why do I have to be a Browns fan? And he said, because this is where we live now. This is going to be your hometown for a while. You have to root for your home team.
Wow.
And
That's cool.
It's painful to see how well the Steelers have done. They really set me up for failure. At the same time, it gave us a really safe place to fight when I was a teenager, because we could fight on Sundays about football, and we didn't have to fight about the usual father-daughter stuff.
Nice.
And it was just my way of spending time with him, and
That's cool.
I love the game. I love the numbers. I love the magic of it. When I go to games, I sit way up high so that I can see the entire field and see what's going on.
Nice.
I don't like watching it on TV because you only get to see what the cameraman thinks is important and what the star players are doing. And there's so much other stuff going on. You know, and I have to say my favorite guys are the big uglies. I like the big boys in the trenches. That's where the games are won and lost, is at the line of scrimmage, and that's where the best action is if you're paying attention on Sundays.
So, Kate, if you could permanently change anything in the NFL right now, what would it be?
I think we're a little too soft on the quarterbacks. I think back in the day, quarterbacks took hits, and and now we've just turned them into glass, and if you look at one sideways or touch them in a way that they're not expecting, a bad touch is apparently any touch. And if you're a defender, you don't know what the rules are for any position, let alone for the quarterback. And I just think we're too soft on them. We need to chill out on some of the pass interference stuff and chill out. A lot of these unnecessary roughness on a quarterback, ridiculous. I'm a big fan of roughness. I think it's always necessary. And so don't get me started on Tom Brady's tears.
I love it.
But it's just we're too easy on the quarterbacks.
It's
they
football.
become prima donnas, and they're not what they used to be.
Okay, Kate, we're going to get you out on this question. How long do you think Giselle has been trapped in her loveless marriage with Tom Brady?
How long have they been married? Because I'm pretty sure day one. Coyote Ugly is one of my favorite movies, and when he dissed her, we were done.
Oh, nice.
We were done.
Ooh, I love it.
Nice.
Some women are shallow, and they're like that. I can't blame my entire gender on, there's women who make bad choices. She's making a bad choice. Someday she'll write a book about how it'll be a Me Too book about how he trapped her and wouldn't let her leave and all that. But until then, the money's rolling in. What else is she going to do?
Totally agree.
I love
Do you know what?
She's not going to be pretty forever.
He will be, though.
Cleveland Kate, your Team Blitz material.
I love it.
Yeah,
Guys, this is Cleveland Kate. She's a Browns reporter for Our Turf Football, ourturffb.com. Kate, great to have you on Blitz.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. It's been my pleasure.
Take 3.
Legalized sports gambling just started in New Jersey, and the Browns now have better odds to win the Super Bowl than the Bengals, Bills, Dolphins, Redskins, Colts, Cardinals, and Buccaneers. Which team will prove the odds makers wrong?
All of them.
Oh, man. Brutal. I'll start by saying if I'm putting money on the Browns, just because the return is... Actually, it's not even that good. They're like 80 to 1, aren't they? Like
75 to 1.
Yeah, it's not that good, actually.
No,
so I'm not. Never mind. I'm not going to do it.
I talked to my advisor. I'm out.
Yeah, it's not like the Vegas Golden Knights situation where they're like 1,000 to 1. 75, yeah, no. Who stands the best chance? Well, the Cards are an excellent team, and they have Bradford. I know they've got the rookie Rosen.
Yep.
But they're a good team, and Bradford is a good quarterback. It's
David Johnson coming back?
Yeah, it's just like
no.
he can't
That's
stay
a tough
healthy.
one.
That's the only thing. But I don't know. I haven't heard much about Rosen coming out of camp. Cards would be my pick. Just because I have no faith in fucking Jameis. Man, they should be doing better. Like they should be a decent team.
Tough division.
Yeah, but
That's the thing. Because I would think you had Bengals in there, right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's a decent pick. That's a solid team, right?
the Bengals?
Yeah.
They're in a no.
Divisionally wise, they're in a tough division, but
Yeah.
that's still a solid team, right? They've got a pretty good core. I know, their quarterback isn't someone you want to
I
sort of
think the
stand
QB
behind.
takes too much heat. Like
I agree.
He's a solid
I
QB,
agree. I think they just need to expect less of him and just pound the ball and have him check it down. I mean, so I'm going to go Bengals in that one.
the Bungles,
Ooh.
who you
But,
thrashed last
just,
season.
Just,
by the
just
way.
wait. I did, but this is about getting to a good regular season record, not doing well in the playoffs, right? Because regular season wise, these guys are
'cause
decent.
This was who's winning the.
This was who's winning the,
Who's
Super,
winning the
Bowl,
Super Bowl.
which happens
Yeah.
after
Yeah, so
the
that makes
regular
sense.
season.
So your argument.
so
makes
does
total
that.
sense.
So they have to get through the regular
They
season
just have
first.
to get to the playoffs because logically, then you just hand.
I'm sticking with my pick. I'm sticking with him.
Our next woman NFL expert tonight is Stephanie Wilson, contributor for BuffaloRumblings.com, an SB Nation blog. Stephanie, welcome to Blitzed.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Buffalo fans were a bit mixed when the Bills took Josh Allen at number 7. What have you seen that makes you believe he's the long-term fix the team needs?
So basically, social media was a buzz when we first drafted him. Everybody was high up on Josh Rosen. I don't know if you knew that, but everybody wanted the Bills to draft Josh Rosen, common sentiment amongst Bills Mafia. But then Coach McDermott and Brandon Beane decided to go with Josh Allen, and that was their guy. I mean, they really, really wanted him. And I think ultimately, I got to be honest with you, when they first drafted him, I wasn't high up on him, but after watching him during mini camps, I think he's got a great cannon of an arm.
Mm-hmm.
I got to be honest, I am a sucker for the deep ball. I don't know if any of you guys are, but like I love big plays.
So, Steffi, how did you get into NFL football?
So I'm not from Buffalo. My dad is.
What?
He-
Where are
Sorry?
you from?
Sorry?
Where are you from?
I'm technically from New England, and I've moved around a little bit.
What?
What just happened
Yeah.
there? What just
So-
happened?
So the thing is, this is my whole spiel. My dad family moved in the 60s during the AFL period. So, like, he was there for he calls himself the original AFL charter. Like, he was there for all that. He went to back-to-back AFL championships.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He's seen OJ play. Like, he's seen, like everything. And he's been, my dad's entire side of the family, they're all Bills fans because he lived out there. So he kind of just decided to rear my brother and I as Bills fans, which is, like,
Rear.
a form
I love that.
a
Yeah.
form of child abuse. So, like, every time I go to a bar, a guy will come up to me and be like, so, you're a Patriots fan? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No, this is quite the icebreaker.
How did the men react when you tell them that you're a Bills fan?
I feel like every time I come out as a Bills fan, because it is kind of, no, I'm serious.
You've been in the closet
It's
for...
You have to prepare yourself. People just automatically assume, okay, I'm a Patriots fan. No, I'm not. So, like, I come out as a Bills fan, and it's just like, the reaction is always like, I'm so sorry. Like, it's like someone died.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. I'm like, and then I explain to them, no one died. Like, I guess and then I try to justify it, and then I say, it could be worse. I could be a Lions fan.
Stephanie Wilson from BuffaloRumblings.com. You rock.
Yeah, you're the best.
Thank
Fantastic.
you. I'm so, like, this is my first time with you guys, so.
Here's to many more.
That's right. Absolutely.
All right, that's
Thank you for having me.
no trouble. Great to have you, Stephanie. Take care.
I hate you. You suck.
Why we hate Tom Brady.
Tom Brady recently told Oprah Winfrey that he has a respectful but, quote, complicated relationship with Belichick. Really? These guys have 5 Super Bowls together and they still can't get along. So tell me, who's the bigger dick here?
Oh! You mean she's the toughest of the 3?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. Oprah for bringing it up.
I'm going to go with Belichick.
Nice.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Obviously, you respect what the guy has accomplished, of course. But, I mean, the thing is, from what I hear, I mean, it's difficult to play under this guy. Obviously, he demands all kinds of things, but at the end of the day, you want to have an environment where you at least have like some type of mutual respect with your players, and it doesn't feel like that's the case.
I can derelict my own balls, thank you very much.
You just want a guy that you can get behind, and he doesn't feel like he's that kind of guy. So if you're there, you got to suck it up and sort of take your lumps and deal with it. But you're right, with Brady not being totally copacetic with this guy, it's like, well, Jesus Christ, he's been there, 20 years playing for this? I don't know what it is, but it's just like, if he can't be there, no one will be there, as far as I'm concerned.
Rook?
I think they're both dicks, and I think that's important.
Nice!
I think, like, you don't achieve greatness unless you kind of alienate some people or you give up something. There's, like, individual accolades, personal relationships, your kind of, like, overall, I guess, qualities in the media, like their perception of you.
Sure.
You don't achieve what these guys have achieved, being like the nice guy worried about how everyone thinks you are in your personal life, or the nice guy who's nice to all his teammates. And like, look at, like, it's a bad kind of comparison, but Ben being like, I don't want to fucking mentor these young quarterbacks. He's like, I'm after Super Bowls here.
Roethlisberger.
I got better shit to do right now. You don't achieve those like high levels of success without doing some wrong to someone.
So they're dicks for the right reason.
They're dicks, but it takes a certain amount of being a dick to do what they've done.
Fellas, want to welcome Julie Dixon on the show, owner of the Denver Broncos Zone, denverbroncozone.com. Julie, how you doing?
Hi, y'all.
Oh,
Hi, y'all.
yes. Now, wait a second. You don't hear y'all in Denver that much. What's going on with that?
Well, you do if you live in the South.
Gotcha. That's
Fair
awesome.
Enough. Fair
Makes
Makes sense.
Right on.
I live, now here we go. I live right south of Jacksonville.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
You know what? Because your option was the Jaguars, and you went with the Broncos, which is a smart call.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
Well,
I mean, the jury's
even
out.
I grew up in South Florida, and my parents were season ticket holders for the Dolphins.
Wow.
And I just chose the Broncos.
Oh,
Yeah, good choice.
man.
Goodness.
Yeah.
We can support that.
Okay, so although the players said that Joe Woods was an upgrade over Wade Phillips, the defense regressed last year. So what does Woods have to do to get this D back on top?
I think it wasn't Woods, it was losing Shane Ray. Because everything starts up front in the trenches, and once Ray went down, they couldn't use DeMarcus Walker inside. They had to use Shaq Barrett on the outside, and now Von Miller was double and triple teamed. No pass rush. Everything fell apart after that. So then we have to be in the nickel and dime all the time, and Will Parks was a wink-a-link, and it just became a rolling mess, if you ask me.
I'm looking at the guys. I think this
Bradley
interview is going to go
Chubb.
really well.
I didn't understand a word you just said.
Can you come coach with me?
Yeah.
Please coach with me.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Love it.
So tell us, how did you get into football in the first place?
I have a dad. I have 3 brothers who are all like football, and it's just, and I was a cheerleader. Oh my God. It's all I know. I mean, I grew up in a jock family, and I don't even remember. It's just like learning to read. You don't remember? Just football's always been around. Nice. And then I have 3 sons and a daughter, football players and cheerleader, and so I just kind of learned.
That's just the way it
I'm
goes.
still learning. Nice.
That's what Coach tells his players all the time.
But I can't say Brett Favre didn't know what a nickel defense was, so woohoo, I'm in good company.
Nice.
I love it.
Brett, to be fair, Brett didn't know much of anything.
Like a year or two before he even asked somebody what it was. He's like, what's a nickel defense?
I love it.
You gotta love Brett for that.
I love Brett, period.
Yeah,
We're not those gunslingers.
Yeah,
Denver
absolutely.
Broncos fans will hate me for saying this, but I like Phil Rivers.
Wow.
All right, that's all the time we have, Julie.
Thanks for coming on.
But I hate Tom Brady.
Yeah, you're back on.
She's back.
Yeah,
Oh, the connection's good.
You
Connection's good.
extended your
All
stay.
right, we're all good. So, Julie, tell us, how do you feel about the Broncos team culture, and what changes would you like to see this season?
First of all, I'm sick of people hating on Paxton Lynch. You know, y'all get a life. He's a nice guy trying his best. Like, move on. How about that? Can I
Amen.
start with that?
Amen.
Never should any member of our team be called garbage. What is wrong with you? Or want someone to get hurt? That would be the first thing I would want to change. You know what? There are players, there are a team. I have never booed, ever, in any event ever, any player on my team. Now, the Patriots run on the field, and I am booing myself hoarse.
Nice.
But on those guys, come on.
Yeah.
Like, so that would be the first thing is let's there's enough hate. Let's get together and cheer our guys on. Like, I want to win.
That's awesome.
Losing sucks. And so that would be the first thing I would change. The second thing is sell the damn team. Hello, Pete Coors, if you're listening, please throw some billions over their way, okay? 'Cause the Bolin family is going to, like, tear each other out. It's going to be mud wrestling. And, you know, like, that might be fun to watch, but it might not help us win.
Fair. Probably not.
Awesome.
Well, now that we got all this good vibe going, we got a real hard question for you here. If you had a choice between saving Tom Brady from a house fire or being punched in the face by a bear, which one would you choose?
The bear. Especially, you know what, Bill Kohler?
That's awesome.
Bill Kohler can teach me how to wrestle that damn bear to the ground.
Nice. Nice.
No hesitation.
No hesitation.
No hesitation.
I love it.
And on that note, we're going to thank you for joining the show, Jules. Wonderful to have you on Blitzed.
I love it.
You've been a fabulous guest.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Take 4.
A lot of big-name players like Aaron Donald, Khalil Mack, Julio Jones, and Earl Thomas are holding out of camp seeking new deals. In general, fans turn on the players rather than the teams when they hold out. Why?
Well, for me, it's like if you've got a year left in your contract,
then
you finish the contract.
No, that's bullshit. Because
No,
contracts
it's legal.
The contract, no, they aren't. Because
Well,
contracts mean nothing in the
that's
NFL.
part of the problem.
The teams have all the power. They can nullify the contract whenever they want, but you can't as the player.
You can nullify the parts that aren't guaranteed, I suppose.
But no, you can cut a player and get rid of him despite the fact that he has a 10-year deal. You can get rid of him in year 2 if you're the
What
team.
happens to like a media?
No, you still got to pay the guaranteed pieces.
No, you pay the guarantee,
Yeah,
but the thing is that the guaranteed is like a fraction of what
Well,
they.
but the
deal
guaranteed is what they negotiated. But several of these are you get huge signing bonuses as well too, right?
They aren't huge signing bonuses.
Earl Thomas, these Aaron Donald, these are big signing bonuses. For
They
these
aren't
boys.
huge signing bonuses. The only huge signing bonuses you've heard of lately are with Kirk Cousins, which was a fully guaranteed deal.
Well, that's
which,
a
by
fully
the way,
guaranteed.
Which, by the way, is commensurate with what happens in the NBA and
Yeah.
the NHL and the MLB. So
But
why
for-
doesn't it happen in football? Number one, why don't we have guaranteed
Whoa.
contracts in football? Because it's a way more dangerous sport.
Yeah.
And secondly, what I don't understand is that when teams can cancel a contract whenever they want, but a player can't do that, why do we get pissed when a player gets halfway through a deal and says, you know what, I'm out playing this contract, I want more money?
Because he signed it.
So did the team.
I know. What?
Unbelievable.
No, you
What are you,
signed a
Goodell's
contract.
son? No, forget it. I'm done with Cody.
I honestly, why are we getting upset at the players instead of the if I had to guess, it was because of the way like they're positioned in the media. Like they're made out to be the bad guys, and I don't know if that's because if you speak out against the business that's paying your bills, then you get shit on and you get the short end of the stick. I have no idea, but yeah, I have no other input other than it's a dangerous sport. These guys should negotiate the guaranteed stuff. We're seeing it more and more. They're learning now that you're negotiating more guaranteed money up front because these contracts mean less and less.
And the salary cap hamstrings the team. For example, and any of these players, the last year of their contract, like, yeah, I want to make a whole lot more money this year. Well, we don't have the money.
No.
Right? Yeah. So they're constrained by the amount of money that they have available to spend. So in that terms, it's like, well, okay, we've got all these contracts in place, so that is what we use to be able to sign new players, the rookies, and what have you. So when a player comes and says, I don't like the remainder of my contract, I want to renegotiate, it's like, well, but we haven't considered the change in dollars that you're asking for, so we can't accommodate because we want to spend money on all these other players. So for me, it's like, you want more money, so therefore other guys don't get it. I think it's just greedy.
How are you a Seahawks fan?
Yeah.
Hey, I've lived this.
Yeah.
I have lived this. This is bitterness coming out.
Next guest on the show, we've got Melissa Jacobs, founder and managing editor of thefootballgirl.com.
Hello.
Great to have you on Blitzed, Melissa. I'm going to dive right in here. I've been looking at some of your social media posts, and apparently you're an Alex Smith apologist. So after posting career best numbers, Smith still can't get any respect getting traded to the Redskins. So how is he in a better position this year to prove his skeptics wrong?
I don't think he's in a better position. I love what he did with Andy Reid. I feel like Andy Reid unleashed his beast and let him throw the deep ball.
Yeah.
He utilized his legs properly. Mm-hmm. Underrated quarterback, underrated athlete. Yeah, I think he's just like a slight upgrade over Kirk Cousins. So I think, the fan, well, not that the Chiefs fan base isn't rabid, but the fan base in Washington, I think it will see we'll have an appreciation for him. But again, he's also going into like a very skeptical fan base. It's in a very intense division. So, he's just perennially underappreciated. Like, I feel like when the Alex Smith movie is written in like 10 years, starring Ryan Gosling, by the way,
okay.
He can't be appreciated at any point because that ruins like my dream for the script that I think I'm going to be writing.
It's a spec script. Yeah. Nice.
Okay, so Melissa, tell us, how did you get into football in the first place?
That's fun. I should have like a canned answer to that question, but I grew up in the Bay Area in the 90s, and the late 80s, if you will. And yeah, it was sort of like osmosis. I actually was a huge San Francisco Giants fan first, huge baseball fan. Like, I would go and keep score at the games. I loved it so much until I started covering the team, and then not so much. But yeah, I don't know. I just always appreciated football and was really intrigued by the fact that there's always something new. Like in baseball, there's not new things to learn. Like you just kind of learn the basics of the game, how the scoring works. There's not like new strategy every year. The rules don't really change that much. But in football, they do. And I just wanted to kind of like know what this hot thing was that was happening. And then I just, then I started going to games, and it's like when people used to go to football games actually. And it was awesome. It was like, going to those games was like the best thing that would happen in my year. So I loved it. I loved the players. Like I knew the play. I knew like every player on the roster and their numbers and their stats. And yeah.
Word on the street is you're a Niners fan. So how do you feel about your team's culture today, and what changes would you like to see this season?
Well, the culture is very strong. The state, I feel like I'm giving a speech. The state of the 49ers culture. Yeah, it's been a 180 from Chip Kelly to Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. And I should say from Trent Baalke, the former GM, who was probably like the worst apple of them all. Just one of the most hated people in football, which is why he hasn't been able to get a job.
But these guys, I mean, they're just so, first of all, they work well in tandem. Doug couldn't work with anybody. They work so well together. Like, every time I go cover the 49ers in person, I'm like, they should be in a buddy movie. And they're just so transparent. With the media, with the players, they're honest, and, you know, they're just, you know, unlike when Jim Harbaugh was fired, it was like, oh, we're going to win a Super Bowl next year. Right. The owner, Jed York, literally was like, we need a coach that can win a Super Bowl. And now it's just a completely different, you know, brick by brick is their motto. So it's, you know, slowly. And they're, you know, they've drafted very well. They've, you know, that you see this thing they're building, and you see guys like left tackle Joe Staley, who I interviewed last year, and he was like, you know, I was thinking about retirement, and then they hired Kyle Shanahan, and he's like a kid in a candy shop again. They're just, you know, I mean, Shanahan is just such a respected football mind, and as Staley said, it's like the way he explains things is just very next level. Yeah. So I'm excited.
Right on.
Cool.
So if you could change anything permanently in the NFL right now, what would it be?
Oh, man. How much time do you have? I have to pick only one thing, right? I would get rid of Goodell. I was going to say I would replace him with a woman, but it's not really about being a woman. It's just I would replace him with Adam Silver. That's what I would do.
Yeah. Wow. Nice call.
I mean, I assume your listeners would understand why, but treating the players like human beings. We need to get there, and it's hard to cover the league and see that not happening in so many different ways.
So the NFL is trying to grow its audience, and women are arguably the fastest growing demographic. So what can the NFL do to improve in drawing more female fans to the game?
Well, it's funny because when I started the site, I actually had a meeting with the league who kind of asked me this very question, and I don't think much has really improved since then. I think, you know, they need to treat women like real fans. And while this, you know, football 101 stuff is great, they need to call it football 101 and not say football 101 for women. They need to understand that they need to understand that women are really hardcore fans. They're not there just to buy apparel. They care about the action, and they need to, you know, create a league that is representative of that fan base.
Melissa, it's been a huge pleasure to have you on Blitz. Thank you so much for joining us. Melissa Jacobs, founder and managing editor of thefootballgirl.com.
Thanks, guys.
In our final interview of the night, we'd like to welcome on Stephanie Kirtley, talent recruiter for Dynasty Football Factory and co-host of Rookie Fever podcast. Guys, say hello.
Hello, Stephanie.
Hey.
What's up, guys? What's up?
Great to have you on the show.
From Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, nice.
We love Nashville.
We're big Nashville fans.
Huge Nashville fans.
Awesome.
So, Stephanie, let me ask you. The Titans seem to be on the verge of a breakout season this year. Every fan we talk to thinks that GM John Robinson can do no wrong. Other than hiring Vrabel, what move did Robinson make that you think will have the most impact this year?
For one, just the way he talks Mariota. I mean, he didn't, you know, bring in a quarterback. He brought in, you know, the line we needed, and so like I'm super excited about it. Super excited about the draft. I mean, we got great picks. Derrick Henry. He's even working out the new rookie, you know, running back with him, and you know, pretty impressed so far with what's going on with them.
So a lot of men listen to our show. So give them some advice how they can get their wives or girlfriends into football.
Well, you know, sometimes I intimidate my boyfriends, but you know, that's why they're exes. But
awesome.
I mean, if your wife is the more dainty kind, I guess bring her home a bottle of wine and, you know, make her involved as you're drinking your 12-pack of beer. But, you know, oh, honey, would you like to go to the spa tomorrow? Like, you know, I mean, but however, like I said, you know, I've never had a problem with that the other way around sometimes, but, you know, I manage.
Do you see women becoming more prominent in the NFL coaching ranks within the next 5 to 10 years?
I would absolutely love it too. That is one of my dream jobs, honestly. I don't care whether it be on special teams or wherever it may be. I know that I could, nothing else motivates, because that's just who I am.
But absolutely, if a woman has passion the way I do, I completely 100% see it. Absolutely.
So, Stephanie, in your opinion, what famous woman would make the best NFL coach?
Sandra Bullock. Did you not see The Blind Side?
Nice. Nice.
Man, and that's a Southern woman there.
Yeah,
Heck yeah, that's my girl right there.
Nice.
I love that movie. That's my girl.
If you had a choice between saving Tom Brady from a house fire or being punched in the face by a bear, which one would you choose?
I'll take my chances with the bear.
Excellent answer.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Real talk there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Stephanie, that's about all the time we have tonight. But you know what?
Awesome.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. This has been awesome chatting with you. And tighten up.
Tighten up. Or what? All right. I'll see y'all later. Hey, y'all hit me up when you come to Nashville, for real.
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome. Great chatting with you. All right. Take care.
Y'all take care. Bye.
That was Stephanie Kirtley, talent recruiter for DynastyFootballFactory.com. Well, that wraps up this week's show. Thanks again to our women NFL experts, Stephanie, Wanda, Kate, Melissa, Julie, and Steffi, who are all amazing guests. Ladies, you can play for Team Blitzed anytime. If you want new episodes sent directly to you, just look for us on iTunes or Google Play and hit subscribe. And if you really like us, give us a 5-star review. Hey, we'd do it for you.
Would we?
Humbled.
Yeah.
But I'm so impressed with our guest tonight. So thank you so much for taking the time out with us, and really appreciate what you guys brought to the table here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, incredible football minds
Oh,
tonight.
my God. Schooled is the word I would use. They just came on here, schooled us. Actually, you're not welcome back.
Yeah.